Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike, and I got a review for you today. From Marvel Comics, we're going to be talking about Deadpool, issue number 4. It is written by Alyssa Wong, art by Martin Coccolo, colors by Menon, and letters by VC's Joe Sabino. And we got this Pym Particle variant by Nic Klein. Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe on this guy's channel. It does help a lot. I love the comments, the interaction. That's why I'm on YouTube. It doesn't cost you anything. It's 100% free, I promise you. Other people's channel, it might. This one, it does not. I promise you. So to catch you up, there's always like one thing I do appreciate about some of the Marvel books, but this one does come with a detailed description of what's going on in the past 3 issues, and it's basically a new bad guy named, her name is the Harrower, or Harriet Harrower, but she has infected Deadpool with a tiny piece of carnage, and that's kind of it in a nutshell. Deadpool was in the middle of doing an assassination on Dr. Octopus to get entered into this group, the Altair or something like that. It kind of went all sideways, and Deadpool ended up getting saved by Alyssa Wong, who, like her mutant powers, she's able to like come up with sedatives and poisons and stuff like that. But she was able to synthesize like a sedative that keeps the Carnage symbiote at bay, because it's been trying to tear apart Deadpool's body. Of course, he's got the healing ability, but it's still like an overdrive. So he has this backpack, I'll show you right here, that has all the sedatives in it, and it's keeping basically like him and the symbiote are working together at this point. They were going to do a field test. This is like Valentina Wong right here, and then we got Deadpool with his Carnage, which he's been calling it like Renee something like that. It's something weird. I can tell you in a second. Yeah, Renee's me. I don't know. That's what he's been calling, is Renee's me. They were doing a field test. They went to the zoo, and of course, Dr. Octopus and the Harrowers, they showed up trying to capture Deadpool back. Harrower wants to complete the, experiment that she started. She basically like genetically altered a bunch of these, like a bunch of the like zoo animals at the zoo, like mixed plants and animals. So basically that's the whole beginning part of the book, is like Deadpool just kind of chop sueying through a lot of these vegetatable animals. There's like an elephant, giraffe, there's, I'll show you some of them, a rhino, but they've all been like mixed with plants and stuff like that. There is a huge Venus flytrap mixed with a tiger and a lion and something else. That's kind of the main big like bad guy or whatever. But basically they're trying to capture Deadpool. There's the Venus flytrap, but they do eventually capture Deadpool for the moment. You can see him all like caught up inside. As soon as this happens, Doc Ock is like, "Man, why are you doing that?" He was like, "You're such a novice villain," and he's talking to Harrower. And he's basically like, you want to take care of Deadpool, you have to go to the things that matter. So he goes after, Valentine. He captures her. As soon as he captures her, that's when they capture Deadpool. Deadpool does cut that thing to shreds, and he's able to get out. He tries to free, Valentine. It doesn't go so well. Valentine does produce a gun that she stole from Deadpool, and she ends up saving Deadpool from Lady Deathstrike, who has been shown throughout the comics. She was supposed to be teamed up with Deadpool to assassinate Doc Ock, and he kind of forgot they teamed up. But eventually things do go south. Valentine gets, Doc Ock basically like smashes her arm into bits. It kind of looks like she's made out of glass or something like that. And she's kind of taken out on the ground. As soon as that happens, we see that the Harrower, while Deadpool is preoccupied, she reaches over, shown right here, and grabs that backpack with the sedatives, because she's realized during the battle that Deadpool is able to use the Carnage with, the symbiote with the sedatives, so she ends up swiping it. And as soon as she does, renays me or whatever he's calling. Yeah, he stops saying that and he just says carnage, you know. After that, he morphs into this weird ass like spider looking thing with Deadpool on the back of him, and basically he just screams out like "mommy, mommy," and he's talking, you know, to the heroine. Doc Ock with Valentina on the ground. Lady Deathstrike does one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. She's still trying to kill Deadpool because she's mad he effed up the assassination. So while this whole like carnage spider thing happens, she happens to think it's going to be a good time to try and assassinate Deadpool. She does jump over the carnage thing shown here, and when she gets about to get where Deadpool is, because he's on the back of this thing, the carnage spider thing grabs her like with all kind of arms. I mean, I think I counted like 6 different arms, and the next scene is just like, you know, it's like a million blades go through her, and she's just tossed to the side. You know, basically after that, like the carnage spider thing runs up to mommy, and he's like, "Yeah, mommy, let me have a bite," and she's like, "Shh, you know, don't talk about that anymore." And she uses like, I guess, her mutant power, and she makes him go to sleep. Deadpool claims that's a pretty cool trick because instantly he starts going back to his liquid form. And she just mentions that Deadpool doesn't know the half of it, kind of thing. It being a neat trick, but she does end up swallowing Deadpool back up with the Carnage symbiote like wrapped up in there. It's kind of it's plant mixed with Carnage is that flower. And Doc Ock and Harrow take off. Valentine and Lady Deathstrike are left pretty much for dead on the ground. We do see that Valentine kind of comes to a little bit later, and she uses her mutant power, shown right here, to kind of awaken Lady Deathstrike's healing factor, and it brings her back. She makes a request to get Lady Deathstrike to help her get Deadpool back, and it's not really a request because we find out she has poisoned Lady Deathstrike, and if she doesn't help her, she's not going to give her the antidote, kind of thing. The book jumps over, and it's basically with Horror and Doc Ock. Doc Ock at this point is like, "Okay, mission complete, we're out of here," and Horror's like, "No, no, no," and she was like, "Well, I don't get it. None of your stuff was completed. Deadpool's still alive. Lady Deathstrike's, you know, possibly still out there. You know, what did you complete?" And before, you know, we get that answer, he ends up trying to take off, but before that happens, the like flower ends up hatching, which she kind of mentioned it was about to hatch. And spoilers be warned, this is probably one of the coolest things. I did not see this coming, but out of the flower comes our boy Cletus Cassidy, born again. Presently, he has been dead in the MCU, and I know in his own comic he has recently appeared. I don't know if these are tied together, but this is how Cletus, you know, Cassidy comes back in one story, I guess. There is a little more. It's basically like this kind of like note from Sage talking about Valentina Wong, that she's not the person or the mutant that they want in Krakoa, and they don't know anything about her, kind of thing. We do get this little kind of cool page, and it's like potential symbiote names that Deadpool was going to come up for. And he just basically calls it the Renee, I don't know. I tried to read it a whole bunch of different ways, like Renesmee. I don't know. If you know what they're trying to say, like, because it's Renesmee. Yeah, but there's like, it's on here like 3 times, like one's crossed off, another down here, another down here. But that is Deadpool issue number 4. That is my review. I really loved it. Getting to that last page and getting the whole like Cletus Cassidy coming out of the flower. I did not expect that. It was kind of there from the beginning, dealing with Carnage, but I mean, I'm still not really understanding the science. We got this plant lady that took a little bit of Carnage, and she was able to make a human out of that. You helped me out with that one. Yeah, but other than that, I love this issue. There was a lot of action. The art was fantastic. I don't know what else to say. The letters, the colors, everything was popping in this issue. It was a very quick read, I can say that, besides the, you know, the information pages that they put in there. Hey, but that's my review. Let me know down below what you're thinking, you know, about about this Deadpool series. I will say that this issue felt a little more Deadpool-y to me. There was a lot of like, hey, we can't print this. There was a lot of fourth wall breaking. In the first 3 issues, for me, that was kind of missing. So it was kind of nice that this was in here. Hey, but that's my review. Like I said, let me know down below your thoughts, what you're thinking. Are you liking this? Are you a Deadpool fan and you're hating it? You know, let me know either way. I love the interaction. Alright guys, y'all have a great Monday night whenever this is airing. It should be Monday. And that's all I got for you. Bah!